Hello, everybody. My name is Dylan. It's good to see everybody. Um, I'm here today to talk about Tiffany Fremont. She became involved with Child and Family Services, which is where I'm doing my practicum. She became involved because of drug use. She was using meth as well as marijuana, and she also had problems with homelessness, which is actually why we initially uh, got involved. So Tiffany Fremont is a 39-year-old mother. She has two children. Their names are Brooklyn and Jake. Brooklyn is 8 years old. Jake is 6 years old. 5 years ago, she had a husband named Jack who was working on a car in the driveway, and the car fell on him, so he died, which it caused a huge trauma for the whole entire family. But the kids were much, much younger at that time, so the heaviest impact, at least at this moment, has been on Tiffany. And what happened with Tiffany is that she fell back into old habits such as doing meth and smoking marijuana, and that led to her losing her job, which led to her being homeless. And when she was homeless, she moved in with her family friends, Tom and Sarah Wolf. Um, and shortly after moving in there, she was arrested for using meth. So her kids actually ended up living concurrently with Tom and Sarah Wolf, and they are still there living with them. Tiffany was incarcerated for a couple months. She got out. Once she got out, she was really determined to get her kids back. So what we did was we had a family group decision making meeting, which it it's a process that it empowers families, friends, and service providers to work together. It physically gets them all into the same room, and they can work out a plan. And it also helps the Department of Child and Family Services create a safety plan along with the court, so that she can follow that plan, so that she can get custody of her kids again. But there's a lot that has to happen for her to get custody again. So, once Tiffany got out of jail, she began working on her treatment plan, which consisted of going to Western Montana Health Services for two purposes. She went to group therapy for methamphetamine users, and she also went to individual therapy. She also, I believe it was through Western Montana Mental Health Services, she takes weekly urinary analyses to make sure that she is still not doing drugs. Um, and yeah, she got out of jail. She did really well at not doing drugs. All of her urinary analysis were clean. She never missed an appointment with Montana Western Mental Health Services. She went to all of her group therapies and all of her individual therapies. And I'm kind of backtracking here, but at the family group decision making meeting, we made a list of goals and objectives for her, which starts, of course, at maintaining sobriety, which she does through with help from Western Montana Mental Health Services, and also the urinary tests. Her second goal was to achieve reunification with her children. A couple of the things that she has to do in order to achieve reunification would she has to comply 100% with her safety plan and with her court-ordered treatment plan. Tiffany also, she got a job after she got out of jail, and she is to keep that job, and she is going to stay with the Wolves until she has enough money to rent a place that is adequate for the safety of her children. And also, the whole family is going to need help coping with the trauma caused by the death of a husband and a father to the kids. So Tiffany already has a therapist. Her name is Hetty, and she will be continuing to meet with Hetty every week. Yep. I guess last but not least, I'll talk about the stages of the engagement intervention process. The first step of engagement with Tiffany, we use the strengths perspectives, the ecosystems perspective, person and environment perspective, and for example, the strengths perspective, we identified Tiffany's strengths so that she could utilize them to help accomplish her goals. And I actually have a list of her strengths. She's resilient. She has a great sense of humor. She's intelligent. She is supportive of her children. She has a job. She has a very supportive family. She is open-minded and empathetic. And that list of strengths was actually formulated during the family group meeting by a large group of individuals all talking about Tiffany's strengths. The assessment process, behavioral theory, chaos theory. Chaos theory especially because of the death of her husband, the children's father. That causes complete chaos. You can't be ready for something like that. Conflict theory, cycle of change theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And with the intervention stage, we used a task-centered model, the empowerment model, narrative therapy model, and the client-centered model. And I guess I'll highlight one of those, the empowerment model, because we had the family group decision-making meeting. We empowered the whole family and her friends to help Tiffany, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm kind of nervous in front of the camera, if you haven't noticed. I hope everybody is having a wonderful semester. I hope I presented this information clear enough. Sorry if it got funky a little bit. You guys have a great day.